It is a journey through the Bible with Mukhwana Isaac. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yesterday, we started looking at prophecy in Israel. We saw the meaning of prophecy and how it came about. Now, prophecy started because of the disobedience of people. Yes, God looked at his people and he saw that surely they have sinned, they have gone, they have really wandered away from him. And now he sent, he called the judges. Yes, on appointing the judges, putting them in place, thought they would create a good relationship between him and the people. It didn't work. Then God now says, let me give these people king, as they requested. Kings were a mess to a greater extent. Yes, we saw what Saul did. We saw what David did. Yes, we saw what Solomon did. And God says, now, after this land the kingdom has been divided into two, let me bring in the prophets. Maybe they will speak to these people and they will hear. Alongside the king, let there be a prophet. Now, prophecy comes in. Today I want us to look at the types of prophets mentioned in the Bible. Among the various types of prophets found in Old Testament times are the sons of the prophets. These formed a large group. These prophets did not receive direct and personal call from God. Their way of life was a sort of profession which they freely chose for themselves. They usually lived near the various sanctuaries scattered up and down the country. This type of professional prophet, called Nabi, yes, first appeared as an organized institution in the time of Samuel. On occasions, they would come together for very strange ceremonies during which there would be religious dancing and the playing of musical instruments. So strange were these meetings that these Nabi seemed to have gone completely out of their minds. For instance, when you read 1 Samuel chapter 19 verse 20 to 24, and of course 10 verse 5 and what? And 6, yes. Many of them lived together in communities. Although some of these sons of the prophets forgot the real meaning of their profession, namely to preach the messages of those prophets directly called by God, there were others who carried out their task very well. By their example, they got the people to turn to the worship of the true God. They used the means of their times to force people back to the religion, to the true religion. And these means often did not exclude cruelty. However, they did play an important part in the fight to keep the people faithful to God. There was a lot of a lot of things going on. Now, another type, there was also a certain number of false prophets. We had two prophets who were called, yes, and those who were coming from the line of Levi, yes. Now, we also had the false prophets. These were men who pretended to prophesy in the name of Yahweh without having received the mission to do so, or else they deceivingly twisted God's messages. Like today, it is very hard to understand who is a true pastor, who is a false pastor. It's very hard. Today, there are so many mushrooming sects. This one says, I'm prophet so and so, I'm bishop so and so, even without any anointment. Not just being anointed. You see, it's very hard to understand these things. But if you have ears, if you have eyes, yes, if you are a Catholic who understand, you will not really associate with those people the way they do their things. I'm telling you this as a secret. Yes, because I've also tried to share with you what the church teaches, especially now in line with the prophecy. These people twist the messages of God. And the Lord said to me, we are now reading in Jeremiah chapter 28 from verse 1 to 17. Listen. And the Lord said to me, the prophets are prophesying lies in my name. Can you imagine? I did not send them, nor did I command them to speak to them. They are prophesying to you a lying vision, worthless divination, and the deceit of their own minds. People forge, people sit and know the problems people are going through. My esteemed viewer, listener, can't you learn? Get this very well. People are sitting, they are forging miracles, they are staging, they go under practice. Now when you go there, someone gets healed, something happens, and you even find them on social media, TikTok or everywhere saying how they got healed. They are using the name of God. It is not true. God does things in an ordinary way. And the way they happen is what makes them extraordinary. Yes. The book of Deuteronomy gave signs to know whether or not a prophet was a false one. The words of a false prophet do not come true, or if they deceived the people by the extraordinary things they did, the best test was whether or not they were faithful to God. We read this in Deuteronomy chapter 8 from verse 2 to 6. The false prophets went so far as to attack the true prophets on various occasions. For example, Zedekiah struck at the true prophet Micaiah in 1 Kings chapter 22 verse 24. And Hananiah disputed openly with Jeremiah the letter had to rebuke Hananiah and deny his prophesying what? His prophesying messages, or his prophesying in Jeremiah 28 from verse 1 to 17. Haven't you seen these people attacking the Catholic Church? Haven't you seen them saying the Pope is this, A, B, C, D? Haven't you seen them prophesying things that do not even come to pass? Now, usually, when we speak of prophets, we think of those who were called by God himself to be his prophets and to carry out special tasks among his people. These are the true prophets, and it's of them that in our next hearing we shall see what the prophets were and what they did. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I have been Mukhwana Isaac with a journey through the Bible. Stay blessed.